It is draft day for the 49ers, finally here. Yes, I was at Levi Stadium at the team facility last night, but it was a whole lot of nothing, as we expected. But today, we do expect action. And I'll say this, it is exciting that in a few hours, the 49ers will have some new players. It seems in all likelihood that they'll have 3 new players, but a trade up is a possibility today. And if the 49ers do trade up, maybe only they grab 2 today. But as of right now, the 49ers have picks number 99, number 101, and number 102. Number 102 closes out the third round. So the 49ers have 3 of the final 4 picks of the third round, barring a trade up. News today, Joe Staley is going to announce the 49ers draft picks. Joe Staley was drafted by the 49ers in the first round on this day 16 years ago. It's 2023 right now. He's drafted back in 2007. So how about that? It reminded me of when Joe Staley retired. Matt Barrows and I got to write this piece on The Athletic, a 315-pound gazelle. That was the way that one of Joe Staley's coaches described him. Inside Joe Staley's trek from track star to 49ers legend. Joe Staley ran the 200-yard dash in, I think, 20.9 seconds was his time in high school growing up in the state of Michigan. He obviously added weight later on to be an offensive lineman. He was a converted tight end to left tackle, but even as he added weight, Joe Staley remained tremendously athletic and became a prototype of sorts for mobile zone blocking offensive lineman. And he was able to do it all. He was a good pass protector. He was a good power blocker, but he could really move. And that's where 315-pound gazelle comes from. And the reason I bring that up is, might Joe Staley announce Blake Freeland to the 49ers when Joe Staley is up there announcing the 49ers draft picks? This right here is Blake Freeland, BYU offensive tackle, who ran a 4.98 40, not as fast as Joe Staley, who was like a 4.7, which was insane. But Blake Freeland still really athletic, 37-inch vertical jump. He's probably the best, when you look at available offensive linemen, guys who might be there for the 49ers taking, he probably is the best fit to replace Mike McGlinchey. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, I want a better pass protector than Mike McGlinchey was early on, and fair enough. Maybe the 49ers go with somebody else. But Freeland did pass protect well late in his college career. It is a translation, though, to be able to take that skill set and do it at the NFL level, to anchor at 6'8", which, Freeland is a really, really tall tackle. The anchoring ability is going to have to come with NFL strength, but I'm wondering, are the 49ers going to pick him here on day 2 of the NFL draft? He is part of our big board of available 49ers players on The Athletic that will still be on the board, or in all likelihood will still be on the board when the 49ers pick. Jair Brown, the safety out of Penn State, Tucker Kraft, the tight end, all those players, including Blake Freeland, are still on our list. Here you go. Here's the link to that. I'm going to copy and paste and put this in the chat section. It already is in the description, the remaining available players for the 49ers. You can go ahead and check it out on The Athletic to give yourself a lay of the land here entering day 2 of the NFL draft. I'll also help give you a lay of the land by showing you this right here. This was my breakfast this morning, and I'm about to go out to lunch here as I get ready for the 4 p.m. start to this draft. But this is from a restaurant, pardon my French, and I'm not going to cuss right now, but pardon my French trying to pronounce this name, Mademoiselle Colette, Redwood City. In Redwood City. Redwood City is not French. Redwood City is in English. But first part of that is in French. And the reason that I'm about to show you this is about to become very, very apparent. This is on a croissant. I custom made this order, by the way. I saw that they had a Benedict, just a standard Benedict on a croissant. And then I saw that they had a crab Benedict. And I said, well, can I combine the two? Can I do the crab Benedict on the croissant? And in effect, it became one of the best breakfast sandwiches I've ever had because I could eat it with my hands. It was really self-contained within the croissant. So right there on Broadway, downtown Redwood City, one of the more underrated downtowns in the Bay Area. I talked about Vesta in my previous video. I think I've featured Vesta on a show before. You can go to, help me try to pronounce this, please. If somebody's French, you can help me try to pronounce this. Mademoiselle Colette, Redwood City. I know I butchered that. They did not butcher this Benedict on the Toronto. And that was good to start day 2 of this NFL draft. So, earlier today, I was actually live in Redwood City and talked about the fact, you know, don't freak out about the 2 picks that the Seahawks made and the 2 picks that the Eagles made. Remember the first 2 picks the 49ers made in 2017? Solomon Thomas and Reuben Foster? And everybody was saying, "Oh, this is gonna change the franchise forever. These are 2 all-pros." Well, I think Reuben Foster had the talent to be one. Obviously, didn't stay with the 49ers for long. But Solomon Thomas, that ended up not working out for the 49ers at number 3 overall. You don't know who's going to translate his college tape to the NFL. You don't know if Jalen Carter's going to be able to do it. There are a lot of reasons to think Jalen Carter won't do it with some of the red flags showing up out of shape to his pro day. You don't know if you could just name any first round player. I know that the Seahawks picked 2, and I know that it was both Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith for the Philadelphia Eagles. Georgia players overmatched their competition in college, had great players surrounding them. You don't know if they're going to be able to translate that to the NFL level. So act like yesterday made the 49ers, backpedal and be on the defensive entering this day 2 of the draft when they finally pick is completely ridiculous. The draft gets the shotgun approach. You take as many chances as you can get, and you hope that you get as many hits as possible. And the 49ers shotgun approach begins today with their 11 picks. Anyway, Joe Staley is going to announce those 49ers picks tonight. That's the news. This, by the way, is the 16th anniversary, April 28th, 2007, of when Joe Staley was drafted. By the way, if you want to read the 315-pound gazelle, if you want to read the big piece on Joe Staley, toss it up on the screen. This one came out in 2020, on my birthday in 2020. May 5th, 2020, you can see Joe Staley running track. His 200 time, 21.97 in the 200 and 11.26 in the 100. That's Joe in high school. Moving. Looks like Joe. Definitely see the resemblance to what Joe looks like today. He's obviously cut some weight. This was draft day, right after draft day, those 16 years ago. Joe Staley and Patrick Willis, 49ers first rounders that definitely worked out. The Joe Show, working with Vernon Davis. And then obviously the celebration with the 49ers. This was after they beat the New York Giants in 2017. And this right here is Joe Staley spiking the ball in Seattle, 2019 final NFL game of the decade. Anyway, you could check out that piece. I'm going to copy and paste this one, put it in the chat section. Maybe I toss this into the description in just a little bit. So take a look, have fun. Going to have a lot more for you later. It's a busy day in Northern California sports. Warriors Kings at 5. If the 49ers stay put with their picks, they probably won't start picking until after Warriors Kings are done. So everybody get some rest. We got 4 hours until the second round of the draft starts. Okay, like and subscribe. We'll talk to everybody very soon. Bye now.